So you want to move to San Antonio, Texas? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about a topic that is very important to our sellers, decluttering.
So whether you're preparing to move in the near future, and we've already had that conversation with you, or you just want to declutter your life, we're going to go through some strategies that you might find helpful. We're going to get started on that topic
right now.
If this is your first time in our channel, welcome. Please remember to subscribe, tap the bell, so you'll be the first to receive notifications of new videos
And subscribe.
And the changing markets in and around San Antonio.
We're Brian and Brenda Jones, the proud owners of Lone Star Home Realty. We get calls from people all the time, just like you, that are wondering what's going on down here in the great area of San Antonio. So if you're moving in 6 months, 9 months, doesn't matter, even if it's next week, we'd be more than happy to help you.
All of our contact information is listed below. You can call us, email us, text us. You can even sign up for a Zoom. So whatever's easiest, we want to help you make a smooth move to the San Antonio area.
Decluttering.
Let's get started.
All right. So guys, one of the first things to realize is it is important to declutter, because if you have too much stuff, you don't want to keep that around.
You get stressful.
You get stressed.
You get very stressed out. So it's just it's a matter of making your life easier, making a tidy environment. It's easier to focus. You can even improve your mood. I don't know about you. I hate it when things are like out of place. Yeah. I'm a little anal on that topic.
Which is one of the telltale signs.
Yeah. So when you're like, oh, where did I put that? Or, oh my God, what happened to this piece of thing?
Or you run across something and, damn, I didn't know I had that.
Or you're like, oh God, I don't want to have to clean the house today. It's a mess.
Yeah.
Those are all signs of the time to get your house decluttered.
Absolutely.
And you know it causes you anxiety, so let's just face it head on.
So let's talk about some effective decluttering techniques, and these are some pretty amazing ones.
Yeah, they are. The first one is a 4-box method. And what are those 4 boxes called?
You keep, you donate, you trash, or you relocate. And those are the 4 boxes. If you have something that won't go in one of those boxes, you need to sell it or trash it.
That's one of the boxes.
It shouldn't be there.
You should, yeah, definitely. If it doesn't go through there. So just sort through your stuff. Make it easy on yourself. Go through one small section of your house at a time.
So another one that we have personal experience with is the 1 in, 1 out rule.
Yes, personal. My mother has moved in and we are getting rid of her house and her stuff. And so Brian's like, anything you bring from her house to our house, you have to take something from our house to her house. So
that's how the rule works.
That's the rule. And I'm really good with it, people. Really good with it. So if you're bringing something, new sweater, take an old sweater out. New pair of jeans, take an old pair of jeans out, etc.
Next one is the move out method.
So this is what we tell our sellers. You don't live here anymore anyway.
That's right.
So just imagine that you're moving out and you're going to only keep the items that you truly need or you truly love. And that way you can have the right mindset that this is what I would take with me. I know Brian did this. We had talked about moving to Alaska and he was like, you can only take what fits in the truck, babe. So I had to really, really figure out what I really loved about.
You didn't move to Alaska.
Thank God we didn't move to Alaska. Okay, this one is...
This next one is really interesting. It's called the Swedish death cleaning.
Yeah, it sounds really morbid, but it really is a great idea. Go through your house, and I've done this a lot lately, with the idea that you don't want to leave all this stuff to your kids or your family or your friends to take care of when you're gone. Because there's a lot of stuff that they don't want.
Yeah.
And it's very sad, people. Kids don't want your old pictures anymore. No. They don't want your antiques, which is really sad.
Yeah.
So it's just start easy with the junk drawer, clothes that don't fit, all of that stuff, and then make your way to the more important stuff, because it's giving you time to be thoughtful and very sentimental. Find out what really, really is important, which is kind of like what I said a while ago.
But if you become too sentimental and spend more time than you should on it, more clutter is going to accumulate.
Yes, but
It does breed.
it does breed. But take your time, go through it, start giving stuff away. Give stuff away to people that are special in your life, because to me, I would rather see you enjoy this now while I'm still here to see you enjoying it than to give it to you when I'm dead and I don't know if you enjoy it or not.
Absolutely.
So take time, go through stuff, figure out what other people would like and can enjoy now, and start getting that out of your own house or out of your possessions.
Absolutely.
So it makes life a lot easier. It sounds really bad, but
the next one is called the 20/20 rule.
This one's kind of fun, actually. So how many of you ladies have like 4, 6 spatulas in your house?
9.
9? I didn't have 9. But the 20/20 rule is if you can replace an item for less than $20 or less than 20 minutes.
Or within 20 minutes.
Yeah, get rid of it. Because if you get rid of it and you're like, oh criminy, what did I do with that? And you can go down to your local Walmart and buy another one for $5. Do it. Get rid of it. And if you need it later, you can go back and get another one. So, like I said, if you have a bunch of stuff, multiple stuff, get rid of it and keep one. If you need to, you can always buy another one. Just, it's easily replaceable. It's easy to go get, and it's not expensive to replace it.
Right.
So that's a really, really good. That's a fun one.
That is a fun one.
Because it doesn't hurt too bad.
The next one is the room by room decluttering guide.
So basically you're starting and you're literally, like I said, going through one little section at a time.
And we're going to go room by room here and explain what you should be doing. You don't have to do it in this order.
Absolutely not.
To start with, we're going to start with the kitchen.
Yeah. So clean off your countertops, organize your cabinets, go through and get rid of expired foods. Now, I'm really funny about expired foods because they're expensive, especially right now. If they're still good, keep them. But consider donating stuff, gadgets you don't ever use, stuff in the kitchen. Clean off your counters. That drives me crazy.
Well,
to have 5 million things on top of the countertops.
One of the things to remember, guys, is you've been in houses, or maybe you haven't, but a lot of times houses for sale get staged, and we can knock off and realize that this house has definitely been staged. However, the reason it looks staged is because it looks tidy. It looks like there's space. It looks like it's not cluttered. So that's what we're...
It's hard to live like that. I'll admit, when we're telling a client to stage their house, we're like, yeah, you have creamer and sugar replacement all right here by your coffee pot. That needs to be hidden. And I know it's hard to live like that, but you don't need 5 different sugar replacements with your sugar and your creamer and your coffee pot. So
let's move on to the bedroom.
Start with your closet. Guys, women, how many of us have 5 different sizes of clothes? Because you're going to lose weight and you're going to eventually put back in those jeans, and they were really cute, so you don't want to get rid of them. Get rid of it, donate them, disregard the stuff that's worn or whatever, but just go with it. Accept your size for today. You can always replace it later, but the stuff that you don't wear, anything like that, get rid of it. If you haven't worn that shirt since 2 years, get rid of it. Just organize your bedside tables. Make sure that everything is picked up and decluttered.
Next is the living room. So you want to make sure that you don't have your 27 remotes all out on the coffee table or on the end table.
Because you're not using all of them at one time. You just need to know where they're located when you put them somewhere. Because that's our thing. We'll put them somewhere and we're like, what do we do with that remote?
And it's not one of the things you want to get rid of.
No. So magazines, get rid of the old ones. You don't need them. You're not going to look at them, and they're just collecting dust.
Next is the bathroom.
Yeah, women, how many of us have expired makeup? I know there are some people that are really super picky about that. Others that are not. Expired toiletries, anything like that, get rid of it. Organize under your sink. We have a medicine closet that I keep telling Brian we need to go through because it's overwhelming. Yeah, and that's the one place I have not touched that cabinet yet. But that one, just get rid of the old stuff you're not going to use, and combine. Like we have multiple things of Band-Aids or wraps or whatever, and just combine them all into one box. And that way you don't have 5 boxes of Band-Aids.
Hey guys, comment below and let us know if you've experienced any of these
How
ideas.
many of you have a medicine closet that needs to be cleaned up?
Let us know what you think of this and what other ideas you may have for a video. But especially if you have issues with decluttering or you need help with it, let us know.
Yeah. So living like this, just try and stay organized. It's easier said than done.
It is hard.
Yeah. So, but create places that you're going to put the mail every day. Make sure that when the kids come in and they have homework to do, it goes into a certain spot. At night, try and just pick up. I know I've been told I have a problem, and I've gotten better about it. I can't stand dirty dishes in the sink at night. They need to be washed. I don't really care if they're drying, but the kitchen needs to be picked up and the dishes need to be done before I go to bed, or it drives me crazy. It does.
So if you're in the middle of selling your home and you're wondering why people haven't made an offer yet, one thing you may want to think about is, especially those of us with pets, the dog toys, you got to pick them up and put them in one place. I know the dogs love to spread them about, but you don't want buyers tripping over them.
No, and it just makes your house look good.
Yeah.
So yeah. So just make sure at night you're going through everything, you're picking it up, because that's just going to make your life so much easier in maintaining the decluttered lifestyle. Yeah. And once you get into the routine of having that, it's going to make your life so much less stressful.
So to sum it all up, the idea is progress. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. So,
one baby step at a time.
Yes. And remember, this is your home. And you if you're trying to sell it, you want to move into another place. You want to make this appealing to the buyer, so that they will make an offer. So thanks for watching, especially to the end, and let us know what you think in the comments. Guide us to another topic, and we're more than happy to make that for you. And we'll see you on the next one.
Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell.
That's right.
Have a great day.